And
and Avenger will be perched up on the chandelier.
yeah, you see Cassie also coming out and help serving the kids. Near, um, you see Sonia help make some tea for the adults, and she asks, your friend, Nephrite, how strong does she like her tea?
Oh, I've already got something on there brewing for her. Gonna give her a double batch.
And Sonia reaches up and pulls a bag of leaves up. Feel free to use these if you need them.
Opens the jar and gives it a sniff. What type?
It is a lavender scent powder with a bit of hickory nuts.
Lavender and hickory. Unfortunately, lavender is gonna put her to sleep. But it's something. But you can give this to the kids later on. It'll help them relax.
I tried, but it ended up with the kids and going so hyper. It almost looked like I gave them chocolate-covered coffee beans.
Aye.
Well, here, maybe this will also work. And she pulls down a jar full of red beans and sort of like sugary powder. This was actually given to me as a welcome present, and the kids love it, so maybe it'll help with Nephrite.
I'll make a batch of this. I'm going to see exactly what it is. What do I need to roll for that?
Investigation? Or... yeah, investigation.
Okay. Cook's utensils.
Cooking utensils?
Cook's utensils, yes.
It says it is an herb.
Yep, and...
Cook's utensils can be used for investigation by using intelligence.
Okay, so you kind of know it's a berry that can quickly turn into a paste-like juice that's really good for sweets, especially in terms of medicine.
Give me 1 sec. Would they be tiny little things?
They're sort of like the size of a raspberry.
Size of a raspberry. Ooh. Hawthorn. Or are these goji? Either way.
Yep, and if you open the thing and give it a smell, it's a very alluring smell that almost makes you want to eat one yourself.
I'll make a separate batch of this, that I will. Yeah. do believe everyone is out in the dining room. I'm gonna go give Nephrite her tea while this is cooking. Here you go, Nephrite. A double batch of peppermint.
Thank you. Now, the events of last night, I really, really do need this. And before she even starts to take a drink, do I need to sniff anything to see if there's anything in here that he put in to make Nephi fall asleep?
If I were going to put you to sleep, I would use Magnolia.
Which I'm guessing you can't smell.
No, she could smell it. But no, this is peppermint, which is very strong.
Okay.
And I gave her a double.
The double peppermint.
But still DM, just in case.
That would be investigation.
Okay, so that one actually just siphoned all my luck for tonight.
Yep, you smell a very strong smell of peppermint and sweetness.
Okay, she's taking a drink.
Okay.
Make a will save.
There's no will saves in 5e.
I know, that's why I'm making the joke.
You feel now, since it's a double, you start feel. Ah, dang it!
Do not be the DM here. Yeah. Katana comes over to that table and looks at Nephra in the leash and goes. Ahmed found some web outside, but that's all we could find so far. Where are we supposed to start with all this?
Well, if we are gonna track it, we at least have to wait until Daisy wakes up.
If we're gonna trap it and track it, we need to find a way to trap one of them. And no, I am not using any more of these children.
And I really don't want to kill them.
Trying to hear their conversation right now.
Besides, we can get much more information from a live one rather than a dead one, right?
Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. So since he's restarting, is it possible for Ogden to overhear part of that conversation?
Yep.
So after finished eating, he's gonna pick up his dishes, come and sit over here sort of idea, because I don't want to overlap. And he's gonna look to them, oh yes, and you forgot how I caught all of you in a pit trap. And he's giving like this sideways deadpan look.
Oh, I remember that.
For correction, you didn't capture all of us. I was the one person that noticed the trap.
Yes, but but that's not the point. You forget I also lived in that forest alone for 4 months.
I will say, if you are gonna use a pit trap, I don't think that would be very effective against two that can fly and one that can climb.
I know. That's why, surviving there, I had used different traps instead of just a pit trap. That's kind of what I was hinting at. Because there's more traps than just a pit trap that I know of.
Really? What kind of buttons do you know?
Cat, you're gonna have to explain to me which traps would all even know because I don't want to take too much creative liberty.
You would know off by heart the pit trap, the snare trap, the bear chain trap, and the log trap.
And Ogwen will share all of those with the rest of the party.
And you... Sorry.
But those are good for capturing animals in the wild. We got children to also consider.
You're right. However, though, the Drider, to an extent with a large enough piece of rope, we could reinvent the snare trap to sort of attempt to grab all of its legs and hang it upside down, but that probably wouldn't do as well if it's with the harpy.
And not to mention, the gyro would probably be really heavy.
Mm-hmm. So the only real thing I can think of is a multitude of log traps as a sort of best way to describe it, defense, but a lot of them are not gonna do. Put up only they're more dangerous because if they hit a civilian, they might end up really hurting them.
Wait a minute, I have an idea. Remember that gyro's web? We could probably use it to We could probably use that to strengthen the snail trap. That way, it would be much more stronger.
What would I need to roll to see if that's a good idea?
Survival?
Okay.
Sorry, I hope I didn't say anything stupid.
No, you said something brilliant. You know what? I'm doing it. Because I really just want to make sure I do something. Oh, come on. That's a 15.
What was the trap plan again?
The plan was to use the Drider's webbing to sort of strengthen the rope for the trap on the Drider itself.
Well, you only have so much webbing, so it's not enough to make a rope.
It's enough to reinforce it, sort of idea.
Not really.
I'm gonna
Dang
take
it.
Nope, we don't have enough either. So that would not do us too well.
Dumb question, but there's a town nearby. You think we should ask them if they've seen any harpies or driders?
We probably shouldn't do that, because that might throw the town into a panic.
Add to the fact who'd say the town isn't in on it as well and working with them.
That too. And plus there's also those dragon folk too.
Add to the fact we also have the possible king and other fun to deal with. And Ogwen sort of just slumps onto the table, doing so in a way that he's not really doing any damage to any cutlery, utensils, anything, or disrupting anyone's eating.
Wait a minute. What about old-fashioned teamwork? If all of us corner one of it, we could probably overpower it.
That depends on which one, though. If we overpower the Drider, we'd have to do it in a location that they can't really use webbing to get away, or can't have no access to the harpy to help pick it up and fly it away. So there's a multitude of options we have to look over.
Like I said, the Drider's pretty heavy. It would take more than one.
He's gonna look an effort. How many harpies in total were there that last night?
Gesundheit.
I'm okay.
From what I saw, 2. 1 male, 1 female. I killed the female, so there's 1 male left. Again, from what I saw. Deza, whenever she wakes up, can tell you about the other one that was there.
Okay. So far, I think the driver's going to be forced to be on land. So possibly, if we can somehow capture the other harpy, we might be able to make it so that the driver has no means of aerial access.
And
Therefore,
if we can.
You first.
Sorry, Cactus.
Nope.
I thought you were
first.
done.
You first.
And there's also the conception of what if they're not able to speak?
That would be really useful, because they can't... That's a double-edged sword, though. If they can't speak, that means we have no means of communicating with them and having them become peaceful, so we can't really try to talk them into convincing us anything if they can't speak. But if they can, that also means that they could be more organized than we think. And Ogman just bashes his head onto the table, and he's just so many possibilities.
And when Ogman bashes his head through the table, Nephrite will pick up her cup of tea.
He's doing it in a way that doesn't do any damage to himself, the table, or anything on it.
Sorry, I shouldn't have mentioned it.
No, it's not a bad idea. It's very reasonable. It's just that we have so many possibilities to look over with this.
Well, we can't stay here forever, though.
Agreed.
So, well, we might have, and we can't just wait for them to come back. They would be more prepared, and plus, if we go to them, we could take the fight to them, and that would probably leave them off guard.
Yep.
So what do we do?
Wait a minute. Hey, Null.
What's up?
Storm?
I can hear you.
Yeah. He said, "What's up?"
Sorry, I didn't hear ya. The thing kinda glitched. If we need to overpower one, Null, do you think you could transfer, and help even out the odds?
I could try. Just don't want to. But not sure about doing that in front of the kids. Might freak them out.
I wasn't suggesting that.
And I'm going to be against
I suggest-
it as well. And hear me out in my reasoning. And he's going to give a sideways look to Null, because we don't want... Because who's to say this group isn't different from the Liberation group? And then if they find out you're something like them, they're going to want to find the person that did that to you and possibly get more research material or questions, answers, whatever the heck you want to put it as. But the problem with doing that, though, is that by doing that, they now have no access to more. They'll know someone has similar research ideas than them, resulting in a team-up. So that is something we really don't want.
Yeah, but who's to say that who's to say this group and the Liberation are one and the same?
There's that as well.
From the sounds of it, didn't your organization you told us know? Didn't you describe them as someone who described them as mainly that works with dragon DNA?
Yeah, but who's to say that they didn't work on something else? I'm not sure. There's always a possibility.
And now this is going to bring up a very uncomfortable question I don't really want to ask, but I need to know the answer to. And he's going to look at Quen
Yes?
Where was the last lab that you escaped from, since both you and the Harpy have numbers on your necks? If you know where you escaped from, that is our so far best lead we'd have.
The last time, from what I recall, that ain't gonna be much help, because the last lab I was in, and they were doing some tests with, I don't know, some sort of, energy or something. Anyway, they put too much in me and kind of overloaded the system. And the lab I was able to get out, but the lab exploded.
Once again hits his head on the table like, well, there goes any leads idea then.
Although it might be possible to search for the wreckage. And who knows, that Padme has survived.
And you have a good point, however, though, there is one thing I brought up with Cortana that scares me as well. How did this group know this place became occupied?
Well, based on the idea, if they're going with animals, then I say one's either pretty sneaky, or one has the abilities of a chameleon.
Or they could, or now, bear with me. There's humans in the group, and they just talked.
That too.
Maybe
Although
they
I
used to live.
suggest-
One moment.
But
Who was the first one talking?
I think you were.
There you were.
Oh shoot!
But
My bad.
I'm just gonna cut him off a little bit and cast this on his voice, making it just a little bit louder. Not extremely, just a little bit. And he's gonna surprise anyone and everyone. I know you're listening already, so you might as well show yourself. And let me put it this way, this should be blatantly obvious that I am... Where is it? Give me a minute, I'll mark it.
Me to beat it, though.
What are you doing?
Out of character. I'm trying to see if there's the possibility that we might be being listened into as we speak by said person. So he's trying to deceive them to be like, I know you're there already, so you might as well show yourself.
You hear the sound of crickets. And you see Sonia and Johnny look out curiously going, what's going on here?
Nothing.
Just adventure stuff that is really annoying.
Well, like I said, it could be someone with the animal DNA of a chameleon or something similar. After all, there are a wide variety of creatures out there. Some well, some not well, and some creatures with abilities we might not even heard of. It could also be a fusion combination of them.
I was thinking they used to.
Oh, it could be a combination of animal DNA and magic.
Oh, I was thinking they just used to live here and they just a way of saying, hey, we want our home back, but maybe that's a little far-fetched.
To an extent, who's to say that they haven't stashed some sort of research here either? something that could be damning to them if they're part of high society.
That too.
So as much as I don't want to recommend this, I think it would be best if we investigate the whole house. Specifically 2 groups. One to go ask questions about in the town, one to investigate here and see if they find anything. And Ogman keeping his eye on the door I pinged earlier as he's saying this to make sure it isn't like opening, closing on its own sort of idea.
That would be perception.
Let it not be said I'm paranoid! I'm sorry!
And I guess I don't need to help him.
It's not.
I'm sorry if you've had... Let me put it this way. I've had games where people are literally that mean.
Fair enough.
I don't need to be mean. You guys are paranoid enough.
Yeah, you're mean. Well, either way, who's gonna go to the town and who's gonna stay here?
I'm gonna raise his hand. I'll be going to the town. I have to finalize peace treaties with the mayor.
I'm coming
I'll go with ya.
Me too.
It's better than staying in here.
So you two will look around town, and he's gonna look to Null. Then he's gonna point to Quen. So he's not to leave your sight because if he's the same as, and then he looks to Quen. Apologies, but if you are, because you say they aren't also looking for you to rejoin you, possibly wipe your mind, whatever they can do to get you back. Because I've seen you fight. You are a great combatant in this group. So if you were to somehow have everything wiped away and join the opposing group, we would be at a severe disadvantage.
I just transform. You know. That would probably solve issues, and I doubt one of them has detect magic on them. That would be too convenient.
That would not. Relying on. I am thinking right now, Quen. I'm stressed. I'm worried. I'm drinking the tea that Holnir made, and quite frankly, Holnir, the tea is lovely. But the one thing that I keep on hearing is Null can transform, you know. Null can transform, you know. Even if Null is transformed, that does not mean that he can solve everything by just going dino. He's human, just like the rest of us. He can be corrupted. He can be swayed. You can be corrupted. You can be swayed. And we've seen it multiple times. You are a child. Scientifically speaking, children are the easiest to persuade.
And that's why I'm asking Noel to stay with him, so that way it's a little bit more difficult.
And also Go ahead.
I'm asking it for Null because, again, I have things I need to attend to, and I apologize for that.
And
Null would
historically speaking, Quen,
staying with the 2 of them.
and historically speaking, Quen, you have a tendency of running off on your own to quote-unquote prove yourself. And yet you got lost, you couldn't find your way back, or you got in trouble. You are staying with Null, and we are not relying on his transformation.
Yeah,
No, I don't mean it like I wasn't talking about his. I was saying I could transform to help throw him off a bit.
Means using that disguise self spell.
He can only do it
Yes,
once, and it's a finite amount of time.
Yeah, we
At
can't.
least it would help a bit.
Don't waste it, since it's just keep your hood up, so they can't see you that well. Stay close to me, and we'll be in and out once we have the info we need.
Okay.
So the rest of you are going. So is anyone else going to want to join us in town, or are you the rest of you staying here to investigate the place?
Katana's gonna go into town just so she can try to read minds and see if she can pick up anything.
Thanks.
And in the meantime, Nephrite, don't exert yourself.
I won't. I'll try and take it easy for the day.
And one quick out of character nitpick. Because Nephrite has a point of exhaustion, she should have had disadvantage on your skill checks. Sorry.
Oh yeah, a bunch of times. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, I just forgot about
We all
I just remembered
Yeah.
like 5 minutes ago, so sorry.
It's okay.
Yep, so the ones that are going into town are Null, Augment, Cortana, Quen, and... Anyone
No
else?
one else?
Nephra's taking it easy for the day, so she'll stay at the orphanage.
Holger will help stand guard, make up for what happened last night.
And sort of investigate the place like he asked.
Yep, pretty much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Where's Lorelei going?
Lorelei is staying behind too to help keep an eye on the kids.
/ investigate, okay. Elise? Staying behind or going in town?
He's staying here.
Alright. So, you guys start to go off into the different groups.
If I may say, on the bright side is, I finally get to try out that mask. Mask I got back.
To be honest, I completely forgot about that mask.
Sorry,
Alright. No,
I
Quinn.
didn't mind ya.
Yep. Come down here.
Wait, where do you want us?
I'm finna zoom out to about maybe 30. Down to the bottom.
Right by the entrance. Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Because I was zoomed in, so. Yep.
Yep. You guys are off into town. What are you four gonna do?
Well, Holnir might be helping with cooking.
Let's get started.
Nefra will do her promise and take it easy with investigations, even though it's going to be at a huge disadvantage.
Yep, so pick a point where you guys will start investigating.
I'm gonna go to where it all happened, so I'm just gonna shoo Nephrite down to the rooms.
Okay. You guys want to start rolling investigations?
Okay.
You want? Oh. Wait, this is for the people that are here.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Mark it.
It's a 1 difference.
Disadvantage, you still got it.
Mark it. That's a 12.
Yeah, that's a 12.
Yep, so you definitely see the remains of the areas where you blew holes in thanks to your shots. And you still see the damage around the window with the drider.
Fair enough.
Holnir, you are in the kitchen. I'm gonna ask you actually to make me a charisma save.
Okay.
Oh no. He's in danger.
Oh, not bad.
Even with a -1, I still made an 18.
Yeah.
Like Olmir's in danger if he needed that save.
Yep. You surprisingly found yourself almost like a flash of really heavy eyelids for a little bit, but you managed to shake it off.
You ate a berry that would put you to sleep. You know, the same berry that Cassie nearly made you put in Nephrite's tea?
Oh.
That wouldn't have been very good.
Wouldn't it have been a Constitution save instead of charisma?
Different poisons do result in different saves.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a villa dedicated to poisons, so
Yes, you
I should
shared
have
them with me.
remembered that.
Yeah, he shared them with me. I remember that.
All right.
So you're not going to react?
Ah. Aria turns to that berry, those berries. They weren't energizing ones, were they?
You mean the ones that I gave you?
The red ones, yes.
Well, yes, I use them all the time to keep the kids awake.
I just got hit with a flash of sleepiness. And the only thing different that I remember eating was one of those berries.
Uh-oh.
Now I wish we all stuck around.
That is
Wait.
weird because I gave them to the kids and they were bouncing around with joy and energy until they eventually crashed, but that's what kids do when they run around.
I still wish I had stayed. Dang it.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Choices are now confirmed. It says don't. Anywho.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hindsight.
Maybe I should have used the other jar instead. And you see her open a cupboard and she's got a number of jarred berries.
Do the kids always crash with those berries, or is it just these red ones?
Well, some of the berries are good for other things. The lavender one is good for sleeping. However, this one, she pulls out a yellow one. It has a bit of honey, of powdered honey in it, so it should make them more relaxed. And she has the blue one here. This one
Honey
helps
is
them
also good for honey is good for health too.
This one's supposed to be good for focus, and this one is supposed to clear your mind. And this one here is is the one I use to keep yourself energized. It's what I use for the wake up tea. Tea I give to the guards every night. The doctor seriously recommend these to help the kids growth and to keep them healthy and energized.
I recommend getting a herbalist to check out those berries.
Really?
Aye. You never know what side effects something can have.
But these were recommended by the doctor.
Doctor? Doctor, do you say?
That explains so much.
Out of character, we have context we don't know about in character. Bop.
Yes, the doctor from Finland. And they came here and assessed the kids when we brought them here.
Did they seem shifty, or or did they act a certain way? Or were they just there to take a look at the kids?
Yes, and they seem to be really fun with children.
Hold here. Hold your nose. I can't say anything at that phrase, but hold here getting the Holnir's taking that phrase job, yes. Thank you. Somebody else is getting the info dump. Thank you.
Pulls up.
This one's Soundwave.
Can you give me a description of this doctor?
Well, she had
Pulls out a notebook.
Well, she had a sort of lab coat, wearing a lot of greens and blues, and she's got fiery long red hair.
Okay. Tall? Short?
A bit my height, I think. It's...
Okay, average. Average for female tallman. Okay. Anything else you'll remember?
Well, she was really fun with children. Like, she would even almost goes far as wanting to protect him like a guardian should. When I asked her about that and asked if she had kids of her own, she said yes, and I love them very dearly. That's how I know how to keep children healthy and strong.
Did you get a name or no?
Yes, actually. Her name is Dr. Flaretone.
Can you spell that? Alright. Any other interesting descriptors about her, or is that it?
That's all I can think of. You know, I did check, and the other doctor said that she was very well received. A lot of her patients have survived. And she is particularly well with children. even helping the more sickly.
Well, very well. I'd still get these berries to a herbalist. Or a druid. It is always good to get a second opinion.
Our character cough cough Lorelei.
In fact, we do have you do have a herbalist here.
Or cough cough.
Daisel.
Daisel is asleep.
Cough, cough, Dazel's asleep.
Well, when she wakes up.
But we
Which
still
will
have
be
Cortana.
in 8 hours.
Yeah, we also have Lorelei as a druid, so
And Daisyl's a druid too.
Who is
Yes.
asleep and won't be awake for 8 hours.
back on track.
If you could bring these to Lorelei, she can help you figure out what they all do. It's always good to get a second opinion.
You see Johnny look to Sonia as he's going, it might be a good idea. Just in case. You know, they may examine and nothing happened. Who knows?
It is better to be paranoid for good reason.
Alright. Once Lorelei and the others are done upstairs, I'll ask her to take a look at these. But I still don't
Alright.
understand. If they are the cause of all this, why would a doctor give us these?
Well, hold near. Look, I'm guessing this is a window.
Yes.
Holnir looks from the window towards where the burnt harpy is.
And you see a horrid gasp on Sonia's face as she pieces the puzzle together.
That's no normal harpy out there. And believe me, I've seen plenty in my travels.
Quick reminder, Augment did share with everyone what he found in his investigation of the body.
To add a character, to be fair, Nephrite told everybody about that. Before Ogman was investigating the body to double back on everything she said.
Sorry.
That's no normal harpy. Not at all.
And
It is
I
better.
go ahead, finish.
It's best to get those checked. It may be this old Dolly's paranoia, but I'd rather those kids be safe.
You see Sonia shed a tear before she nods, and I think with that, we're going to switch over to the other group who arrived in the town of Finland just about
Oh, wow, that town looks lovely.
10 to 15 minutes away from the church.
Well, at least I get to try out this new mask.
Just don't wander too far.
I'm not.
Just stay close.
Yep. Everyone is down here.
Yep, I found us. Yeah, Nell's gonna step forward. Excuse me, could you assist us for a moment?
Yes, young man.
We were just visiting from a, a of a orphanage not too far from town, and we've been having trouble with abductions as of late. Have you heard any news about missing children in town recently?
Well, children go missing here and there. They usually like to have fun and play games. That's nothing to worry about.
We're more concerned about them going missing during at night. Have you seen any suspicious activity going on during the evening?
Nope, I'm usually asleep in the evening. Besides, if you want your kids to stay in bed, I suggest you tuck them in tighter.
Who's Min Tighter?
Tuck them in. Tuck them in tighter.
Oh. Dang, Discord! Sorry, Discord glitched.
Yep.
All right.
Cortana turns to Null and shakes her head.
Wonderful.
You don't know anything.
This is just gonna be a whole big mess of. We're not gonna get anywhere fast like this.
Well, we can't split up.
Yeah.
Splitting up is
exactly.
the last thing I want to do.
I know.
Well, we could go into groups of two.
No, we stick together. So, as much as we'd be covering more ground, we don't want to lose track of each other, and if something happens, the other group it would take too much time to catch up. So,
I agree.
Fair enough.
But again, though, I do need directions for the mayor, so
yeah,
apparently I do need to find out where that is.
Yeah, well, I think that's our first stop, because might have that could point us in the right direction.
Let's hope that the others find something out while back at the orphanage for now, though.
Here's hoping.
Mm-hmm. And who here might have been here before, so we might know where the mayor might be staying?
None of you.
That's perfect. Probably the only one who knew was Honir.
We just ask around and find out where it is.
Then you seem to be more of a people person. No, he probably gestures to be like bleed. Because, and out of character, the muttering orcish, I realized I was. Yeah, English. Yeah. I actually just muted myself again. Realized I was muted when I asked the same guy here, like, oh hey, what about directions? So, yeah. But yeah.
Hey Cat, quick question. What's the temperature like?
The temperature?
Yes.
Look, pretty cool.
Oh. Alright. Just wanted to double check.
So we'll just casually ask the villager here where the mayor's office is.
You want the mayor's office? It's just up the street over there. Take a right. It should be the first building you see.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and we'll follow those directions to where the building is.
You're welcome. Have a nice day, sonny boy.
You're welcome.
But he was nice.
And Ogren will be following Null, whilst being as non-threatening as possible.
Yep. And more or less got us to where the building is.
So where do the directions lead us, Cat?
Follow Cortana.
There we go.
I'll move.
Yep.
Castle
The
Town.
directions lead you up to this house here.
So who's gonna knock?
He's gonna look to Cortana and Null, giving them the look of nobody would really like an orc just knocking on their door.
Well, isn't it polite?
Yeah, Null knock on the door.
You don't quite hear a response.
Oh, that's perfect. He ain't home.